Hello Dairy Today viewers, on behalf of the Market 360 advisors here at Stewart-Peterson, I'm Bob Devenport and this is your Dairy Week in Review for September 19th, 2014. So to get started here, let's take a look at where our CME dairy components settled at the conclusion of this week's trade, and it was another pretty solid week overall here. Blocks finished the week at $2.45 even, that's a new record high, up 10 cents on the week, and barrels finished the week at $2.43 even, up 9.5 cents. Cash butter went to a new record high as well to $3.06 a pound, that's up 6 cents this week. October whey settled at 62.5, down 1.5 cents. And October non-fat dry milk settled at $1.45 up 3 cents this week. Switching over to Class 3 prices, it was a solid week here with Class 3 as well, with the October-November contract rallying quite a bit. October finished the week at $24.70. That's a $1.35 rally from last week. And November settled at $23.63, up a $1.96 this week alone. So our 2014 average price now comes in at $22.74. And again, that's up 41 cents from last week. So let's take a look at our charts here. Let's start out with our cash cheese chart. Here we have a weekly chart of the block barrel average, and you can see just how parabolic things have been here over the course of the past several weeks. We've been almost straight up, and we shot right past our prior record high this week. The prior record high for the block barrel average was 240 3/4, and that comes in at this high here from back in March, but we went right through that here this week, and we are now priced at $2.44 a pound, so that's about 3 cents over the prior record high here for the block barrel average. Now again, the buyers are just really continuing to bid prices higher, and for this week the sellers were to the sidelines for the most part. Aside from Friday, we saw one carload of cheese trade all week long, so the sellers may start to come back in, but when that happens, it definitely has the potential to lead to a pretty sharp sell-off, maybe something similar to what we saw after we topped out back here in March and pulled back pretty sharply, so that could put a lot of pressure on Class 3 futures once that begins to happen. So shifting over to cash butter prices here, they have not changed direction as far as our uptrend goes, going all the way back to August of 2013 here. Cash butter prices have really been within a pretty sharp uptrend, and we have not looked back again. So our cash butter price did rally another 6 cents here this week and pushed to a new record high yet again. We've put in new record highs for the past 3 weeks now, and again, cash butter comes in at $3.06 a pound. Now, as our cash cheese and prices continue to go higher, that is also presenting more and more risk here, because we keep on widening our spread before our CME prices and where world prices are at. To give you an example, we had our latest Fonterra Global Dairy Trade auction take place this week, and on Tuesday we did receive those results that showed that Fonterra prices declined yet again. So as our prices are continuing to push into new record highs, world prices are continuing to trend lower, and we're at about the widest spreads we've ever seen between our domestic prices and world prices. So as of Tuesday, Fonterra Global Dairy Trade Auctions butter price was only at $1.17 a pound compared to ours, which finished the week at $3.06 a pound. That's going to do a lot of damage to our exports. We're pricing ourselves right out of the export market, and we're likely going to see some big amounts of imports coming in over the next several months or so. We're going to see probably the same thing happen with cheese here. Now, cheese isn't as much of a premium to world prices, but with the CME price at $2.44 a pound, the latest Fonterra auction price on Tuesday was at just $1.40 a pound, so we're $1.04 over the Fonterra price here. So again, that's going to cause us to price ourselves out of the export market. We're going to see a lot of export demand fall off from that, and probably risk seeing some imports coming in for cheese as well. So that's going to lead to a lot of pressure put on Class 3 prices here if our export market continues to decline, because our high exports are the one major thing that really helped to support this massive rally that we've seen in milk since August of 2013. If we take away that export demand, it's going to cause a pretty big decline in milk prices. So looking at our second month milk chart here, we have October milk, and as you can see, this week has been just a tremendous rally, almost straight up for the October contract. The October contract rallied at $1.35 here this week, up from last week, and that's just a massive weekly rally here. We've seen some solid gains almost every day this week, and the October contract hit a high of $24.99 this week and settled at $24.70. So again, pushing to new record high prices there for the Class 3 market ever. Now, we did receive our August milk production numbers late this afternoon, and it showed that we did come down a little bit from where we were at back in July. But back in July, we did see a little bit of a counter-seasonal bump in milk production. So it seems like we are down a little bit month over month, but we're pretty normal, and we're still up a fair amount from where we were in August of 2013. Now, this milk production is for the 23 major producing states, and that total production for August was 16.2 billion pounds, and we were up 2.6% from August of 2013. Now, the United States as a whole produced over 17 billion pounds of milk and was up 2.5% from August of 2013. So not as big of an increase as we saw in July, but still a solid increase in production overall. We'll have to see how things trend as we get our September numbers, and we normally get a pretty nice seasonal decline in production. We'll have to see if we're able to sustain this kind of spread between where we're at this year and where we were at last year. I would anticipate that production will continue to hang quite a ways above where we were at in 2013 going forward, though. So as far as reports looking at the week ahead, we will get a cold storage report out on Monday afternoon, so we'll get some new numbers as far as where our cheese and butter stocks are at, because tight supplies have been one thing that's been helping to fuel the spot markets here recently. Aside from that, not much as far as reports go next week, so that's going to do it for us here today. On behalf of the Market 360 advisors here at Stewart-Peterson, thanks for watching and have a great weekend.